Hi, I am Chirl, and I have survived 6 heart attacks. Yes, 6.
There were moments I didn't think I'd make it. Times when my body gave out and fear tried to take over. But through every ambulance ride, every hospital stay, and every tear, I held on to one truth. When the heart fails, God doesn't.
This is my story, not just one of survival, but grace.
Of how faith carried me when medicine couldn't, and how I'm still here, not because of luck, but because of love. So if you're going through something right now, I want you to know you're not alone. Let's walk through this together. I just survived my 6th heart attack. And while that sounds unbelievable, what's even more incredible is how God showed up in the middle of it all. It started gradually. I had walked to the mailbox the day before. And just couldn't catch my breath. I remember chastising myself for not exercising like I should. By the next morning, I felt that familiar pain in my jaw and a slight pressure in my chest, but no shortness of breath. That night, I grew uncomfortable. I knew the signs of a heart attack, but I wasn't experiencing most of them. When the nitro tab relieved the pain the first time, I knew it was my heart. But when the pain returned and the nitro stopped working, by the 3rd dose, fear crept in. Something felt different this time. My heart wasn't racing. It just had too many odd beats. When nausea hit, I asked my husband to call an ambulance. While waiting for the paramedics, my thoughts raced. I felt tired. Tired of the ER. Tired of monitors, machines, and doctors. I wondered, how many times can a heart come back from this? And what does it mean that mine keeps trying? But this time, I didn't panic. I didn't feel alone. In the middle of the chaos, I felt something I can't fully explain. A peace that didn't make sense. It was like God wrapped his arms around me and whispered, "I'm here. I got you." The paramedics looked unfazed at first, just another routine call, until they saw my EKG. They pointed at parts of it, asked about my medical history, and quickly decided I needed to go to the hospital. When I said I usually go to Sunrise, one of them chuckled and said, "You're not going there. Closest cardiac center is Henderson Hospital." I knew then it was serious. Getting an IV was nearly impossible. I am a hard stick. At the hospital, they ran the usual tests: chest x-ray, blood work, EKG, etc. I wasn't in an active heart attack at that moment. The pain was pressure, not the intense pain I was used to. But my tropamine levels were elevated, and I was having PVCs, premature ventricular contractions, causing bigeminy, a rhythm where every other beat is a PVC. This was new, not my usual Prince Metals angina. They ordered an echocardiogram and started a heparin drip to prevent clots, especially since I have a history of strokes. They weren't taking any chances. I haven't always believed in God. I gave my life to Him in 2021, after years of feeling I didn't deserve forgiveness. But this wasn't just belief, it was experience. I didn't see a bright light. I didn't hear a booming voice, but I felt Him. In the midst of the drama, I felt a stillness, like God was holding me, whispering, "You're not alone." In the calm, in the strength that carried me through. And I realized, even when our bodies fail us, God never does. By day 2, my tropamine levels finally started to drop, but the PVCs were relentless. When the doctor looked at my heart monitor and frowned, I knew something wasn't right. My heart rate dipped into the 40s, then bounced back to the 60s. The first time it happened, my nurse said, "I can't call that. It means you coded." It kept happening. They scheduled a stress test if my blood pressure was high enough. The results came back abnormal. I had had a silent heart attack. Mild symptoms, but serious damage. My history of heart attacks and my sensitivity to my body, with God's help, saved me. That's why my tropamine levels kept rising. The PVCs were off the chart, and I had no major pain because one section of my heart wasn't working properly. The cardiologist scheduled me for a cardiac catheterization. I needed angioplasty and stenting. 2 new stents, one for a 95% blockage on the right, another for 75% blockage on the left. I now have 5 stents, 2 from previous widowmakers. Maybe you haven't had a heart attack, but maybe life has hit you hard. Grief, anxiety, a diagnosis, a broken relationship. We all face storms, and sometimes it feels like we are drowning. But I'm here to tell you, even in the darkest moments, God doesn't leave us. He doesn't always stop the storm, but He walks through it with us. 6 heart attacks change how you see life. You stop caring about the small things. You start noticing the little things. A quiet moment, a message from a friend, breathing without pain. But you also start asking hard questions. Have I made peace with myself and God? What kind of legacy am I leaving? What am I holding on to, and why? I don't have all the answers, but I'm starting to ask better questions. As I lay in that hospital, I kept thinking, God kept me here for a reason. That gave me strength. I stayed in the hospital ICU 4 more days. The PVCs and bigeminy were still active, causing electrical shock-like sensations in my heart. The doctor said if they couldn't stabilize the rhythm, they might consider a pacemaker. When I woke up in recovery, surrounded by machines and monitors, I also felt surrounded by grace. I should have been gone, but I wasn't. And I knew God kept me here for a reason. Maybe it's to share this story. Maybe it's to remind someone out there that no matter how dark it gets, you are never alone.
If you're going through something right now, hear this. God sees you. He hasn't forgotten you. And He is closer than you think. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. But I've seen what God can do. And if He can carry me through 6 heart attacks, 2 strokes, 2 seizures, and spinal stenosis, He can carry you through whatever you're facing.
I don't know what comes next. I still get tired easily. I still feel short of breath walking around the house. I still feel the PVCs from time to time. I'm starting cardiac rehab again, and I'm back on medications that cost as much as rent.
But today, I'm here. I survived again. And maybe that's enough for now. Thank you for listening. If this touched you, I hope you'll share it, because someone out there needs to know that God is still in the miracle business. Drop a comment. Leave your story. I would love to hear it. Let's remind each other that we are never alone.
6 heart attacks could have been the end of my story, but instead they became the beginning of a testimony. I'm not here because I'm strong. I'm here because God is faithful. His grace met me in the darkest places, and His love never let go. So if your heart is breaking, if your strength is fading, if you're wondering how you're making it through, remember this: when the heart fails, God doesn't.
He's still writing your story. And if He brought me through it, He can bring you through it too.
Thank you for watching. Stay encouraged, stay faithful, and never forget who holds your heart.